All right, so I got us streaming. So I'm just gonna check some of our Oh, okay. So that restream shit does work. Okay. All right. That's what's up. I'm liking this. All right. So if y'all can, I'm gonna need a quick sound check, right quick.
Testing, testing, testing.
No, like go to like the the
Oh,
YouTube thing
all right, hold on.
and let's see. Come on. Let's see. Let me see if
What do you think?
I gotta make sure there's like no fucking delays, dog.
Probably this guy, a 50-something who carries a briefcase, wears an oversized
crap.
suit, wears expensive shoes.
Skip ad. Shut the fuck up.
Let's see.
All right, so.
Come on.
All right, looks like we're good to go.
Yeah, I see it.
Let's see. Let me see. What do you think?
All right. So, okay, now that we're at it, I want to say, what's up to everybody? If you're in here live with us, finna talk about these games and all the hype surrounding Horizon Zero Dawn and whatnot. So I am your host, Best Bot Kid Smooth. This is Ep.3 of the Let's Talk Games podcast. We short staffed here tonight. E-Rock should be on his way in, but until he gets here, I would like K Semi to go ahead and do your plug, my friend.
Oh man, yeah, it's K Semi man on Twitter, K Semi on PSN, most switches on Xbox. Boy, let's get it.
All right, man, got.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Jay Gott. Catch me on Twitter at I'm Jay Gott at Twitter, and you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/I'm Jay Gott. Yeah, what's up? I'm Jay Gott.
Okay. Cool. All right. And do you guys know who I am? I'm Kid Smooth. If you're not following me on Twitter, you are missing out. So follow me on on Twitter at Kid Smooth. What? Casey me. You're playing something. What are you playing right now?
I am playing Neo right now, so excuse the button mashing if you guys hear button mash. If it's too loud, just put it in the chat and I'll cool it out. You know what I'm saying? But right now I'm playing Neo. Just beat it today, but like I was saying earlier, man, it's still a lot more side missions, still a lot more, just weapons and all types of stuff that go on in the game, and not including the DLC that'll be coming out later on this year. So I'm very happy with this game.
Yeah, you seem like a satisfied customer.
Very satisfied.
All right, Jay, guy, what you playing?
I'm not playing anything right now, like this second, but I'm playing Tales of Berseria. I'm playing that a lot lately, actually. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with the Tales games, but I've been playing that a lot. That and Overwatch, as usual, but mainly Tales of Berseria. I'm trying to beat the game real quick. I'm not that far from beating it, I don't think. Maybe I'm like 8 to 10 hours away from it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm currently... obviously, you guys saw me play Fury earlier. I promise that tomorrow will be a much better outing and much better quality. My stream settings was like kind of really fucked up settings. So I wasn't having my stream set for like games. I was only having it set for like shows like podcasts and like videos and shit that I did for my other channel. So this was the first time I streamed a game in a long time, going through OBS Studio and whatnot. So my settings was just kind of jacked up. So
hey, it don't even matter.
I didn't check
it. Watch that shit. That shit was hilarious. So watch the stream. That was a good show. I'm not even bullshitting you. I was at work and I had the shit kind of like flipped over I didn't even really have to watch you play. I just heard you raging and it was just hilarious, bro. It was just gold. Y'all go watch that video, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have a short tolerance for like unnatural games, but so
just say you don't like skillful games, man. It seems I
don't think it's skillful. I think
it's skillful. I got it.
Skill to play games like that and Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
You gotta know the pattern, man.
You gotta in fighting games like. I'm not into fighting games, but I understand that is like really, really skillful. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to get into these like Dark Souls types games, and like Fury was a game that was like it takes skill, man. Like it's all good. Smooth. If you don't like the challenge, it's all good, man. It's just not your cup of tea.
It's not about liking the challenge. I played and beaten challenging games.
What's the hardest game you ever beat before?
The hardest game I've ever beat? I don't know. Some games that were early 2000s, early 90s. I don't know. I feel like every game I played on the 64, Super Nintendo, and PlayStation were very fucking hard. Now, these games, it's like a game like this, I don't see it as challenging. I feel like it's fatiguing. And I don't like games that's going to make me fatigue. I should not have to be fatigued playing video games.
You're more of a challenge, man. You're getting mentally fatigued is the problem. That's all it is. It's not fatiguing on your body. All you're doing is mashing the controller. But you got to be mentally able. Like you weren't parrying. You weren't like attacking in the right place. There's visual cues in Fury. Anybody that's played Fury, there's visual cues to let you know when you can parry, like when the time is, because I get like what you're saying, like the even the tutorial boss is no slouch, but it was still pitiful to see that, man. It was bad. Wow. So I'm telling you, it was bad. So, but like I said, man, it's all good, man. If you don't like the challenging type of games, it's not. I
like traditional video games. I'm gonna say
it is
traditional video games.
That is very.
I don't think it's a traditional game.
Honestly, Fury is traditional. That's like back in the NES era. The games are unforgiving.
Yeah, well, it needs to stay back in that damn era. Huh? I said it needs to stay back in that damn era.
Oh hell nah, man.
I'm playing Fury.
Don't be mad at me.
I got a feeling I'll end up doing what I need to do in that game. The first time is usually the worst time for me to play video games. Because it's just really the first time. So Fury, I'm playing For Honor, and I'm trying to play Halo Wars 2, but I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how to fuck with RTSs. It's just like it's like what the fuck. No, I don't. I didn't fuck with the first Halo Wars, and I'm not really.
Did you buy this one?
I didn't technically really buy it. I was game sharing, so it just they bought it. So I was like, whatever, I'll try it. I wouldn't have actually sat there and bought it. Nah.
I'm gonna give you credit for at least trying it, man. You know what I mean? Because it's almost strategy.
Yeah, it's like I've been trying to do it, but it's just like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take. I was like, tomorrow I'm off tomorrow, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna try get up early and just sit there and just try to see what I can do. But like, I'm not really a fan of RTSs. I was like, I wasn't gonna buy. I don't give a damn if it's on Xbox or not. It's just fuck that. It's just RTS games.
Well, not my thing. I don't think I've even tried one. Period.
I'll tell you it is. Like with RTSs, you need to spend about maybe 5 to 10 minutes getting your base like ready. Like, and of course, venturing out to an environment. I don't know how Halo Wars is set up though, but I used to play I used to play Warcraft 3 a lot. So like you need to kill like the NPCs, I guess you want to say, around your base to level up, but you can't just automatically get your base and go try to attack the other opponent. You can if you're pretty skillful though, but you got to build your base up and try to get your troops ready, because if your troops are ready and your base isn't ready, your base is gonna be in trouble when they try to attack you. It's all strategy, really, man. Like, it's a change of pace of games you usually play, I imagine, right? Because this is a slower paced game.
It reminds me like the last Halo Wars. I bought, like, I was like, oh, Halo, fuck it, buying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not knowing it's a RTS. Like, my attention of paying attention to what type of games were back then versus now was different. So I think I knew a Halo game was coming out. I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to buy it. So it's like. And it reminds me back of when I first played Halo Wars day one. I was like, yeah, it's not my style. But
give it a chance, man. Give it a chance. Like you might end up liking it. Like it's a change of pace. You know what I mean? Because a lot of games a lot of people play nowadays are just kind of action. It's like instant gratification. This one you actually got to think it out and strategize. But when you win, when you get that victory, to me is more meaningful.
I'm pretty
that's
sure
just me though.
No, here's the thing. But here's the thing about me is that I play games. I'm gonna say this. I wasn't a successful kid growing up as far as when it comes to athletics and shit like that, or like shit that people like got to like prove. So it's like when it came to video games, I need that instant gratification. I need that get my attention now and just let me get lost into this game like right now, and I want to sit down and play you all day. Games and it's very, I want to say, ignorant and of me to stay away from games where it's like, fuck, I need a fucking learning curve or something like that. You know what I mean? It's and that's been me, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, I'm willing to try new games, but I'm not willing to stick with them. Like, I'll admit that I'm not willing to stick with them. If it doesn't catch me, I give games an hour. If it doesn't catch me within that first hour of like, all right, I can do this, we can do this, I can rock with this, then I tend to like put it away.
Now, with that being said, do you think that's the mindset of a lot of console gamers? Do you think?
I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I wouldn't be surprised because, yeah, of course, because console game, a lot of the stuff that was coming out for consoles, now everything seems to be like together.
Yeah.
Back then, when you had consoles and PC was like completely separate, a lot of the games and stuff that you found on consoles were easier to get into. Like, everything was kind of just set up for you. Whereas PC back then and still now, there was like a lot of workarounds, a lot of tricks and shit that you can do, or a lot of things that you had to do to fuck with. And of course, console games always had like difficult games or anything like that, but as far as like the base and the more popular games, the easy to pick up, that's where the go-to was for consoles. And I feel like even to this day, the majority of those games are still popular on consoles versus PC, because you know all of the games that are popular on our consoles aren't popular on PCs. You know what I mean? So like a game like fucking,
they're casual though, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing, and that's why I get so surprised about this whole casual argument when half the fucking gamers you interact with, more than half of them are casual.
There's nothing wrong with that either. You know what I mean? Like not everybody's us. Like, we're actually into this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just, and like I said, and people like in case he points fun at me for like not liking or not feeling games like the Souls games and shit like that.
Nah,
like,
man,
nah.
Not
fucking with them. Why? The thing is, here's the thing. Why go out?
No, it's my turn, Smooth. Let me
go ahead
and say this, Smooth.
Go ahead.
Like I said, man, I'm not judging you based on the type the games like Souls and type games that you like, but it seems to be a pattern going on here, man. Like, no, you don't seem to like none of the games that have a significant challenge to them. Like you said, you want to get the instant gratification, and I get that, but I feel like it seems like if you got to work too hard to get it, you don't fuck with it. Like, you dismiss the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the game is shit. It's not just your lack of skill. It's the game.
Right. You're absolutely right. You know why? This is how I always said it like this. Nigga worked too hard to go out and buy a fucking $400, $500 console just to bring it home and get stressed out over a fucking $60 game. No, I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to enjoy it. If I'm going to spend money on it, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it. And if I could avoid travesties, I'm going to avoid.
So let me ask you this.
Then buy a Nintendo console then.
I'm gonna ask you a legit question.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel like with any game that you beat, like you don't feel more satisfied when you feel like you gotta work for it. Like, you don't feel satisfied beating a boss on the first try like all the time. You know, sometimes it's cool, but like when you beat a boss on the first try, or you just go through the game, just run through it, don't die a lot. You don't feel like you kind of got shortchanged by the game. You don't feel
no. Because here's the thing, you're saying as if I play games like that are easier. The thing is, I don't play games like that in general. I've been through that stress as a kid. I cried to my mom with broken controllers and consoles because of that shit. Nowadays, you gotta think about it. Most of my library it's multiplayer-based games. Most of the games I have right now is multiplayer-based games, so there's not like a lot of games that I have or that I'm playing that is a game that you can really beat.
Okay, I can make an example out of that then.
Yeah.
So does it feel better to win a game, a Halo, like by like a huge margin, or by one kill? You get the last kill at the right at the last, you get the winning kill or whatever.
Me personally, I when it comes to I'm just happy that I know that I'm killing somebody and not an AI.
No. You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
Do you feel like it's less valuable if it's a blowout?
Gives you more satisfaction. Excuse me. Damn,
if I come out with the win, whether it's by 1 or whether it's by 5 or 15, I think the excitement is the same.
You dodging my question, so
I'm not dodging your question. I don't.
How are you asking it? Gives you the more satisfaction? Do you get more satisfaction out of getting that last kill at the last? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You can't tell me that you feel better about a sweep, you know what I'm saying? Just like,
I don't blow people out, but out. Of course it feels good to like, oh shit, I came from behind, or
exactly.
Oh shit, I like
but
I can't compare. I can't compare that to a game like fucking Fury or Dark Souls or some shit like that, because
to me you can.
You can.
I can't because
yourself.
Because here's the thing,
some of these boss fights are hard, man. But once you beat him, like finally, I figured them out.
Genre of games, really though. That's the thing. It's not that I'm afraid of those games. I just don't play that genre typically. I just don't. It's not the genre I'm playing. So it's like you're talking to somebody that plays shooters and third-person action adventure games. Like I'll play a game like and platformers to games like fucking Fury and Dark Souls, those are games I don't typically play for. It's not like I play the alternative to like Dark Souls and be like, well, I'll play this, but I won't play Dark Souls. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm doing. I'm not going to play Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Neo, anything in that category. I don't care which one's the easiest or which one's the hardest. I'm not playing that category. So that's what it is. It's not that I avoid games because they're hard. I just avoid certain categories of games. Like RTS, like I said, if it wasn't for me game sharing, I wouldn't have Halo Wars 2. I just wouldn't have it. I don't own any other RTSs. It's not that it's that the game is hard. There's games on my library now that I thought had a difficulty curve. It just wasn't the genre of a Dark Souls or something like that. It was a different genre. So it's not that I'm afraid of hard games. I don't know what game is hard until I play it.
Yeah, it's true.
So so like Gears and Halo, do you even beat those on hard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you just play?
I beat those on hard. I don't play those games on normal anymore.
So I gotta ask you something then. So like, you don't get like jaded off like the typical games you play, like you don't get tired of playing like those type of games?
I have a large amount of games, all different types of games, and I feel like all of them gives me experience. The only thing you guys are really judging me based on the games I don't play or the popular games that you hear me promote, such as the big names. But there's a lot of these titles in between that are there that gets no recognition unless you start digging through my my profile. Mm-hmm. So it's like I don't play a bunch of the same games.
Like I said, I just brought up the fact that none of them games seem like you said. There are a lot of different games that you do play. I've witnessed, but none of out of the common denominator there, that none of them seem to have any sort of challenge. That's what I was bringing up, and which is like I said.
No, that's the thing. The highlighted. Remember, a lot of the shit that I do in this stupid YouTube community is that a lot of the shit that people make fun of or poke fun at is highlighted. So only thing that the stuff that is highlighted gets the most attention. So it assumes that I only play easy games or I only play 2-hour games. I'm like, but
you can't even tell me what's the hardest game you played though.
No, I can't tell you what's the hardest game I played. I couldn't tell you what the hardest games I played was. I don't know. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you because at the end of the day, I may think a portion of a game is hard, and people are like, "Oh, that's not hard." So it's like I don't know. What's hard to me, or what I thought was difficult, may not be actually difficult. People thought what the hell I was playing on Fury wasn't difficult. Maybe it's not difficult. I'm sure if I play the same shit tonight or tomorrow, the same first round, I'll be like, "Okay, this wasn't that hard." But no, I don't. Games. I feel like games were hard when I was younger, but I can't tell you what was the hardest game I beat in recent memory, only because the recent games I played have been really multiplayer or social based games. I don't think games like Tomb Raider is very hard, no matter how hard you put it on. Gears of War, I'm already like materialized to the gameplay, so that doesn't get hard. Same with Halo, that Quantum Break, no, none of those weren't really hard to me. I'm conditioned to those games. Any of the new titles, what I learned and I played them and got through it, it is what it is, but I don't consider them hard because they're not hard. I'm not, when you bring me to the subject of like a Dark Souls or Demon Souls or games in those particular categories, my approachment to those are going to be different because I've been avoiding them to begin with. And not because that I'm not avoiding them because they're hard, is because they're really games I'm not really interested in. They're genres I'm not interested in. That style, the lures, is I'm not. I tried, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll fuck with Bloodborne. I tried that. I was like, no, it's just not, and it's not because it was hard. It was just because the desire and the interest to keep on playing wasn't there for me like it was for everybody else. And I was like, and once I realized that, and this is the thing that I hate. There's too many times people would tell me that, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta try this, and I'll buy into it and I'll do it just for like, oh yeah, I did this, I tried this and stuff like that, and I'll buy it and stuff and be so disappointed that like, why the fuck did I waste my time and my money on this? And I did that so many times to the point it's like, I already know what I'm not going to like. I'm not afraid to venture off because I like the element of surprises. But if I know, if I'm being told that, oh yeah, this game is made by these guys, oh, it's comparable to this and to that, I was like, well, I'm not really a fan of this style of game, so I'm going to stay away from it. But I'll try this game. It looks pretty different. Horizon, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn, I should not be trying. You know why? Because I do not care for The Witcher, but I'm going to buy it and I'm going to play it, and I might last longer in Horizon Zero Dawn than I did to The Witcher, because for some reason when this is like an exclusive game that is the same category of certain other games, for some reason it sticks with me a little bit longer. I don't know if it's the characters or whatever, but for example, I shouldn't play Horizon Zero Dawn. I shouldn't buy it because I already know there's a lot of games available like it. Other than like, you know, the lore, that's different, of course. But like that whole open world, I'm so sick of open world games that are like it that I know I probably won't like it. But then again, it's that element of surprise that this might be the breakthrough. But
you think Horizon's gonna be like The Witcher 3 or what? Because it has
I hope it's more of a Horizon Zero Dawn than it is a Witcher 3. I hope it's nothing like The Witcher 3.
The game, I know it's one of the topics.
Definitely like The Witcher 3. One of the dudes that was a part of The Witcher 3 worked on that game, so it's definitely
but that's one person out of a team, though. I mean,
but I mean, you know what I'm saying. But you can look at the game and you can kind of see, you know, there's mounts and there's that RPG element. There's, you know, this looks a little bit more deeper to me as far as like the combat and everything, because there's stealth. There's all types of shit, like she can control the animals and she can like hack them and all this shit, and there's different parts to them. So the game looks actually a little bit deeper than The Witcher is.
I mean, we don't know until we get our hands on it, though. But to me, as of right now, the game looks like a nice visual. It's real it's pleasant to the eye, I guess you can say. It looks nice, but I'm like, okay, you know, I don't know. I'm not moved yet by it, because Guerrilla Games known to having good looking games, but that's as far as it goes. And I know they, you know, acquired two different writers. One from Fallout, somebody from Fallout, and somebody from the Witcher camp to help with the writing, though. But I mean, I'm like smooth on this. I'm getting a little. I don't play a lot of open world games. It's kind of weird me saying that. I don't play a lot of open world games, even though I play MMO RPGs, which are open world games, but they're different. I guess in a sense, since they're massive multiplayer games. But when it comes to Horizon, I want to play it, but a big part of me is not gonna let me play it because I don't know how I can enjoy that game being that it's 30 frames a second. Yeah, so I don't know. I could try to play it, but I don't know if I'll enjoy it completely. But like I said, the game just looks nice, and you can see where they spent a lot of their focus on on a lot of visuals. And I know I guess some of the reviews are coming out. Is that what you got, Smooth? That on the
Yeah.
on the screen. So, speaking of screen, the screen froze, but the audio is good though.
All right, cool. If the audio's good, I don't give a damn. As long as the audio's there and we're not baffering. Because like I said, if it was up to me, for some reason when I'm on Skype, my image doesn't show when I put the camera down. So when I get rid of the camera, so it's just like it's like I'm a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah. But as long as the audio is up to date, you guys don't really need to see what the fuck I'm doing, because both people are using pictures, and I know my forehead looks shiny as fuck in that still shot, but it is what it is. Yeah, but
Jack Wu was saying that you might be trying to stream it. I
probably am, but I don't know if I could change it midstream without stopping it.
I don't know. I've tried that before. I don't think it messes up too much, but I mean, you can worry about it later if it doesn't bother you too much. But I mean, like look at. I mean, I don't care for review scores, but looking at the image you have there, 88. That's fantastic. I mean, of a meta score, and even 81 for Halo Wars 2. But we'll get to that later. But along the game, solid. I mean, like from start to finish, then should be all right, I guess. But I'm willing to try it, but it's not a day one for me though. How about you?
Shit.
Let's let Simi go ahead. Simi, say what you gotta say.
Ain't nothing else to be said. That's a day one for sure. That ain't no question. That is a day one. I mean, the thing is, what's funny about this game is that, like, when I first seen it, what was it, 2015 or 2014 E3, whenever they revealed it, I thought it was dope, and then I started to think they were showing too much of it. Like, we kept seeing it, and even though it looked good, like, I really wasn't like, I was kind of like, y'all. I knew I was gonna get it day one still, because it's a PS4 exclusive, and I'm just gonna do that because they usually deliver. So, so I was gonna go ahead and get it, but I wasn't. I was definitely more excited for Neo than I was Horizon. But now that Neo's beaten and everything, I'm kind of getting my fill of Neo. I'm ready for this game now, and it's like I'm definitely getting this day one. There's no question.
All right, I'm getting it day one. I haven't decided if I was gonna get it digital or physical yet. That's I think what I've been trying to decide. But it's
you have a 4K TV, don't you?
I do.
Well, isn't that a game you want to try to test it out? Because like apparently it was developed, to kind of shine real well in 4K and HDR, right?
I suppose. I mean,
it's up to you if you're willing to spend that 60 on it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I said I was getting it day one. I just didn't know if I was getting it digital or physical.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's no doubt I'm getting it. I said I shouldn't be getting it only because because of the style of it and whatnot. But I'm not. I just wasn't sure if I should buy it digital or physical. Of course, I want to try it out on. I got it on the Pro and whatnot, and see what that checkerboard rendering is all about. But I'm ready to see it. And then I got to see Digital Foundry's what they did there, the framework comparison to the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I didn't even see that video today. I've been meaning to watch it.
Ain't really no difference. It's
no difference at all.
What are they saying?
Literally like a frame or two. So it's not a huge thing.
Is it still targeted at 30, I guess?
Yeah, it's 30, man. You ain't getting 60 out of that.
Come on, man. When are y'all gonna learn, man?
Hey, man, I'm about good games, man. It don't even matter. I don't care what frame them motherfucker. Well, I mean, of course, it needs to perform well, but if
to me, a good game,
it don't matter.
A great game will be good and perform 60 or better. But I'm just tired of buying like a TV or a display that's not even being utilized all the way. So, but then again, like I'm tired of playing games at 30 frames a second. That's why I refuse to play games at 30.
Yeah.
Man.
No doubt. No doubt.
I got time for that, man. I gotta play these games, bro. Some of them ain't gonna be 30, man. We ain't, especially on these consoles. I don't know. I mean, you on PC, right?
Yeah, I play whatever though, but I play whatever suits my needs really. But yeah, I'm on PC. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Yes,
about that.
It would have been nice to have the game at 60, but it runs fluid. It looks good. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna be a fraud. I mean, I love what these games look like, and sometimes if the game looks good enough, I can forget about the frames if the game was meant to run at 30 frames. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the difference between like a 30 frame game and a bad running game. Like I can tell what a bad running game is, but like if it's 30 frames, so what, man? I mean, some of the best games are 30.
Just for me, it's just that mute my phone, my bad. For me, it's just that 30 frames. Like I feel like I'm fighting the controller the entire time. Like the controller, like the characters don't move fast enough for me. That's what it boils down to. That and just how everything handles. It just seems so sluggish. Like I got tired of it throughout the years, and I'm like I can't do it anymore. So I mean I commend you guys, but I can't do it. You know what I mean? I can't do it anymore.
I mean we'll see. Like I said, I'm definitely getting it. I'll probably be streaming that night. Am I out? No, it's fucking Friday. That game come out on a Friday, doesn't it?
The 28th is yeah.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, because they lately Sony's been dropping shit on Fridays.
Yeah, that's usually what everybody releases.
That was just Uncharted. That was just Uncharted, man.
No, because I think the order came out on a Friday too.
Nintendo does Friday releases normally.
I thought Nintendo did Sunday releases.
No, they do Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So but yeah, so hopefully the game does live up to the scores that it's giving. If you ask me, like I'm not saying it's a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game, but I do believe that a lot of these journalists and these critics went into Horizon Zero Dawn. No. I feel like they went. No, I'm not even saying. No, they went in with the state of mind like this is going to be a great game. Like I'm ready to give this game the highest score possible.
You mean that's what I feel like.
They came in with the high expectations of the game already.
What's okay? Like so the game looks good.
Because I feel like no, it does look good. It does look good, yo. I'm not giving it. There's nothing bad that I see about Horizon. I mean, other than the minor changes in the graphical fidelity, but from when it was originally shown.
What?
There's some minor changes there. There's some minor changes, but you didn't hear me complain about it. I'm not complaining about it now because, like I said, it wasn't on my radar for the longest time. It only became on my radar because I got a PlayStation Pro now. So that's the thing. That's the only reason why it's on my radar. But I do think they went in there with high expectations, ready to claim this game king. And I do want to talk about everybody with the reaction, how everything. I don't understand why everything that happens positively for Sony or the PlayStation brand, whether it's a good game, whether it's a good stream or announcement, the first thing everybody goes to is Xbox is done. Xbox is dead. Oh, Xbox needs to step up. It's like, nigga, why can't the PlayStation just have a good game? Like, oh my God, it's a great game. PlayStation did it again. I love this game. I can't wait till it come out. Blah, 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 blah. It's like nobody celebrates the game and they turn their attention to the opposition.
I think plenty of people celebrating the game. The game is definitely getting celebrated. The game is getting celebrated,
but it's not getting celebrated on its own merit. It's getting celebrated at the fact that it's a good game. It's getting a high score, but it's an exclusive. And let's throw this in the Xbox guys' face. Let's tell them how bad the Xbox is because Horizon just is coming out.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This is it right here. It's because you guys, I hate to put it that way as you guys, but you guys spend more time bickering at each other rather than going at these corporations. It's a fact. You guys spend more time going at each other's throats for what? I mean, it's like, why? I still don't understand why you guys go at each other so much. It's like it's laughable. I'm like, yeah, okay, Xbox is a good game. And then now PlayStation's dead, and then vice versa. I'm like, you guys spend so much time going at each other. It's just ridiculous.
Man, I'm gonna put it like this, man. This is the same shit that was going down. What was it, a year or two ago, when Xbox was dropping all them games, and y'all was saying the same thing on the Xbox side, like, "Yo, Sony need to step it up." It was the same thing. Like now Sony's got back-to-back games, like doing 80s and above, and it's like games, exclusive games coming out, and that's when the comparison starts to come out, because you start to look at Xbox like, okay, you see game after game after game for Sony, and people just want to know what's going on with Xbox. It's
I don't
natural.
understand.
It's a natural thing.
It's a cycle. Like this is what I see, right? This is exactly what I see every time.
Why you trying to go against the grain, Smooth? This is the same shit that's been going down forever.
Microsoft, since everybody, the Xbox guys, we were like, the holiday season, the Xbox owns the holiday season. We got this, we got that, we got that. What Sony got? What Sony had last holiday season? Last Guardian. What else?
Yeah, you talking about the game that came out last fall?
It came out. Yeah, Last Guardian. Okay, so it was Last Guardian, and that came out in what, December?
Yeah. Last Guardian. Yeah, it got pushed from November to December.
Yeah, so Last Guardian. So what did they got? And now, and then Microsoft had from like what, September through December, they had Recore, Forza, Gears of War, Dead Rising, and a few small names here and there. But the thing is, it's like that just happened. We're only in February. Like we just left the holiday season. We just left the holiday season. Sony's now dropping their games that they typically drop the first half of the year or early in the year. And what happens from summer on, after E3, Xbox is going to get all these games that's coming out in the fall. PlayStation's probably going to have one or two, right? And the narrative is going to switch. But I don't understand, like, just because it's February and all the games came out, the last game came out in December, and we just got one. We're getting one tonight, which is Halo Wars 2. Like suddenly from December to February, from January to February 21st, Xbox has no games.
Well, the thing is this. I mean, like, I'm not going to argue that who has games, who doesn't have games, because literally they both do. I know that, literally. But the thing is, like, Xbox or Microsoft, they tend to drop their heavy hitters around the fall season with the third parties. You know what I mean? Like, why don't they just spread it out throughout the year? That's why people say they don't have any games.
Nobody knows.
Like, because it was a marketing strategy that
it's not a good one. It's really not a good one.
It was good because it worked for 10 years. You got to think about it. It was a strategy that consistently worked every year.
But it's been failing them ever since this generation.
It hasn't really been failing them. It hasn't been failing. You can't really say it's failing them. It hasn't been up to the standards of what they came to expect, because they're not the market leaders anymore in North America.
It's just like when Titanfall came on Xbox One 2 years ago. It came out by itself, basically, right? And like
that actually was like the only game that they came out with that was outside of the holiday like that. That was in March.
It did well. I by the numbers, it did well. And then like that should be, I was think a sign.
Actually, Quantum Break came out in April. That wasn't in the fall either. That came out in April.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they need to do it more often. They can't. Personally, I think they shouldn't be waiting to the fall to release games, because you need.
I don't like the strategy either anymore too. But the thing is, but I'm losing myself into this whole fanboy argument. You got to think about it. It never bothered me before because there's been games. Games were coming out. It just was by third party. So it's just like, now I feel like I'm in this fanboy argument that I was like, oh, fuck. I don't want this strategy anymore. Xbox, you got to release games in May, June, and July so I can have something to combat these other fucking idiots. You
Well,
know what I mean?
nah, they need to keep feeding their consumer base with new product or something. I mean, they can drop a game maybe once every 2-3 months. I mean, something. Just don't throw them all towards the end of the year. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, like for instance, when Sea of Thieves is coming out, what next month? I think, right? I guess around the same time that Quantum Break.
I don't know, but man, that game is awesome. But I think Sea of Thieves is dropping.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I saw some of the
I'm just going off of personal experience.
That's my opinion.
I'm just going off of personal experience.
That's cool, but just like the comment you said on Twitter saying that the water in there looks real. Like I don't know, bro.
You spend most of the time in the sea, so a lot of detail had to go into the water. So
I don't know. That game seems kind of like you can't play a game without your friends.
No, you don't have. No. Nope. I experienced this. You can't play Sea of Thieves alone. You can play it with anybody.
Yeah.
You just don't play it alone. You can because it's best with randoms. It's best with randoms.
Yeah, because it's like you gotta get along with everybody. It's forcing you to
use game chat because everybody complains, "Oh, party chat killed game chat." You have to. It forces you to use game chat. You can still be in a party, but why be in a party if your teammates are like not in your party? And then I don't know if this is going to stay. Actually, I don't know if I can actually say this. The next part I was going to say. So no, let me shut up until I read over the NDAs. But it's I don't know what it would be like playing alone, but you have to play with somebody, and I feel like it's a cool game where I could play with strangers, so I could play outside of being in a Xbox Live party.
I don't know. There's a game like that on PC that was very similar to that. It didn't do too well. I can't remember the name.
That was PC.
Yeah, but the PC crowd is known to try something new all the time. I mean, that's how a lot of genres get created. Do it like say it like that.
You have a higher chance of being a success.
I mean, I'm not hoping for the game to fail. That's just a wrong mindset. But I just don't. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't see.
Here's I don't see it. You probably don't want to hope to success. There's a lot of people that don't want the game to be a success.
I mean, if it is, great. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Everybody's looking for a reason for the game not to be. This is that. It's so bad that when people are talking about Xbox games that are coming to Xbox, new games, because people say Xbox don't have enough new games, and when they drop a new IP, it gets ignored. Quantum Break, new IP, ignored. Record, new IP, ignored. Now Sea of Thieves. Oh, you can't count that as a game. It's not. That's nobody excited for that shit. So the third way, it's like I don't get it. They actually have games that came out outside of the holiday season, ignored. They have new IPs that isn't Halo, Gears, or Forza, ignored.
Well, do you think that the games are getting ignored because they're not as good as people are expecting them they should be?
No, they're just getting ignored. I don't think because at the end you don't know if these games are going to be good until they release and you play them.
Well, exactly, but I'm saying these games that you were just talking about came out. Like Record didn't really seem to be that good from what people were saying. Quantum Break is hit or miss as well. So it's like, are these games actually? Do they deserve the praise?
Actually revealed? Yes, they do, because look at Horizon, right? Horizon, ever since its reveal, Horizon was crowned Game of the Year material, right? When Xbox shows off a new game or something like that, it's like, it gets mentioned, but nobody's like, this is that. It doesn't get that highlight.
That's what Sony's people.
Death Stranding, Game of the Year material. I can tell you right now, Death Stranding is going to be a 92 Metacritic.
I hope it isn't.
Quantum Break had that hype to where people were trying to were buying Xboxes for it and saying that was game of show and all that type of shit. So Xbox, you guys had chances with Quantum Break in these games, but if they're not, up to people's expectations or they're not as good as whatever you want to call it, then of course they're not going to get the shine that you saying that they deserve. Because I mean, they don't deserve it.
Could it be because that studio is like not well known that's making the game?
No, I don't think that's it. Because games that are not studios that are not well known, their games still get shine. Look at fucking Rocket League. You know what I'm saying? That game blew up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew who made that game. Like, you know what I'm saying? If your game is good, the game is good no matter what. I don't think it matters what platform it's exclusive to or it comes out on. If the game deserves the praise, then it's gonna get the praise. Like, it's not an Xbox bias thing. Like, a lot of it sounds like you talking about some media bias there. So I hope you're not going there.
For me,
here's the thing.
I'm not. But
you're saying this after the fact, or you're saying this after the games come out. Here's the thing. My thing is, before these games come out for PlayStation, they already got the hype and the expectations that this is the new generation, like Death Stranding. It's already Death Stranding, God of War, Last of Us 2 is already Game of the Year for whatever year it decides to release.
Yeah,
it's like.
Can I interject on this one? Go ahead. Can I interject? Because I gotta agree with Smooth because Death Stranding, I don't know what the hell that is. Like everybody, thinks, it's gonna be a great game.
It's Kojima. That's why.
Because it's Kojima.
Why.
I mean,
that's literally why. Like, I don't know how else better to say it. It's literally why.
To me, I'm like Kojima games. They're okay. They're not like badass. I mean, like to me, Metal Gear Solid 3 was the best one. It's just that's my opinion though. But
I get what you're saying. But that's in that predicament, that's something different. But what he's saying, when he says games like God of War, when he franchise
God, don't get me started on God of War because God of War 4 to me is probably not gonna do that well. Why? Because they went way off the whole gameplay and everything they've done in the past. Like from PS2, PS3, those God of Wars were the same. Like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna kill some shit. That's all God of War was pretty much about. Now they're going to this like Last of Us style of gameplay. Like God of War, Last of Us 2, and Days Gone, all three probably had the same damn formula. Like in terms of storytelling and whatnot. The Last of Us 2, everybody's assuming that's gonna be game of the year. To me personally, I think Last of Us is overrated. I mean, it's a good game, but it ain't like fucking game of all time. The best of all time or everything. But the Last of Us 2 is getting all this praise and all this stuff. People going like ape shit and crying and all that stuff. People I know. Like they actually literally cried because they saw the trailer of the Last of Us 2. I'm like, really? Like to me, the way Last of Us 2 ended was fine. I didn't need a part 2 because I felt like it ended was fine.
Listen to these franchises that you're talking about. What Smooth was just talking about. Like those franchises are proven franchises. Of course, they're gonna get some recognition. Of course, they're gonna get expectations.
The new IPs. I also mentioned the new IPs before I even got into those, though. Like Horizon's not a proven franchise. It's fresh and new.
But I mean, you can look at that game. You can look at that game.
But see, the best thing. Oh, you can look at
the same thing with Quantum Break. Those what I said earlier. People did the same thing with Quantum Break. When people saw Quantum Break footage, it was amazing to people, and it was Game of the Year material to people. When the game came out, it wasn't what people thought it was. That's plain and simple. But now these reviews are coming out about Horizon Zero Dawn. The game is obviously performing what people expected. So that's the difference. That's simply the difference. So I mean, it's no difference, man. Like I say, you can look at these games and see whether you got a hit on your hands or not. I mean, of course, there's some shit people are saying from the reviews. When I saw Colin and Greg talk about on Kind of Funny, talk about the dialogue is like the most negative thing about the shit. So, I mean, we'll see.
I saw some cringeworthy shit from that.
I got a question.
That shit look kind of weird.
Does what's her name? What's the main cast? The girl's name? Does Ellie? She get is it Ellie? Why is her name is Ellie?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Isn't that the bitch name in Last of Us 2 as well?
Oh, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Horizon.
Oh, Horizon. Oh, Aloy. Aloy. Her name is
Aloy. Okay. Yeah. All right. So does she get is that her only weapon, or do she get like a sword, or she just use the bow and arrow?
She got like a sword and a bow and arrow. She like a staff and a bow and arrows. That's what I'm thinking. That's all I've seen. The bow and arrow, and then there's like some staff weapon. It's like a long range weapon.
Okay.
So, I'm just saying, man. It's the game looks good. I'm hoping that the game is actually as good as people are saying, because sometimes you can't trust these reviews. They be hyping it up a little too much, or sometimes you get games that get reviewed bad that are better than the review should be. So I'm interested to try for myself. I was gonna try it either way. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm interested. Like I said, I'm going in there, knowing, like, hoping. Like I said, I hope it's more like Horizon than it is like The Witcher. That's. I need it to be more new than what it is like familiar. Like, so, that's my only thing with it. Like I said, if it's anything like The Witcher or too much like The Witcher, my time with it may be like 3 hours.
It's gonna be
before I decide to put it down.
It's gonna be like The Witcher.
I don't know. Like I said, man, like some of these games coming out, they seem pretty cool, but I don't know. Horizon, like I said, the only thing that got me to want to play Horizon is the fact that she has a bow and arrow, and like I guess you said, she uses a sword and a staff. I like shit like that. Like when I play Tomb Raider, I don't even use the gun. I use the bow and arrow. I feel like it's more of a challenge to play the game that way. So.
Yo, speaking of these reviews, I did see some disturbing shit from Twitter talking about that. Some guys are kind of discounting the reviews because all of them seem to be by females or something like that. Like, did y'all hear something about that?
What do you mean?
I can see why people are saying that.
High reviews because they're all female.
The generation we're in, what times we're in, like a really like super feministic like time, and like women's rights and shit. So I can understand why some people will feel that way. The politics behind it. I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say that may be the case. But we'll see. If we play the game and when the public gets a hold of it and the public can get like their honest opinion and review out and not be jaded, we'll see what the real hype is about it. Is it what they're saying it is, or this is all politics?
Yeah. I want to know what the fuck happened. Why they're robot dinosaurs? It's like,
I mean, I like that. I think that's the concept that I love.
I like that stuff. I like that mech stuff. But I'm very fucking curious. Like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean?
People are saying that the story is the best part. Like, as good as the gameplay looks to me, all I'm hearing is that the story is like it's a good payoff or something. Like, so I'm interested as well.
Yeah, same. I don't know. I might give it a chance. We'll see. I don't know. See what's up.
Go ahead, man. Quit bullshitting.
Huh?
Say quit bullshitting.
Hey, man. I gotta get over that 30 frames a second, man. Maybe if I drink like a case of beer, I'll play after that. I won't care. I'm telling you, bro. Like, all right, it's gonna sound so like I'm such an elitist or whatever, but I play at 144 frames, 144 hertz. I have 3 monitors, so me going back is like going to kill me, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's gonna seem extra sluggish to me, but maybe after a while I could get over it, right? Like you mentioned before, but we'll see.
I see, and like you gotta turn your PlayStation on to play that game, right? That's the argument that people are getting at, Smooth, when they say that Xbox has no games. Like, that's what they're talking about. I just want to answer your question, man, because I brought that up.
I get it, but the thing is that it's so like stupid, right? That like if you can't say because this game also appears on the PC platform that it is discounted off Xbox. It's no longer on Xbox. That's how it was treated. It's like if this game appears on PC, it's not on Xbox.
Because you don't need the Xbox anymore.
All right, but you need a PC still. You still need a capable PC to play it. And I'm like, I just don't. Yeah. Like, it's like everybody is like, now, here's the thing. I'm sure there's some idiots.
Xbox loses value. That's all I'm saying. The Xbox would have a like much more value if the exclusives were truly exclusive to it. Like, if I can't play this game anywhere else, that makes this Xbox way more valuable than it is if I can play these games on a system that can play them better.
It still is valuable. You know why? It's still valuable.
It's still valuable.
You got
people like me. I don't play.
For some reason, people think that you can just that everybody's a PC gamer. I don't know when that shit happened.
I just said that. Like, I just said that. Like, I don't play on PC, but that doesn't mean that the value doesn't exist. Like, the depreciation of value doesn't exist. Like it's still out there. I don't play it, but it's still out there.
The depreciation of value exists to those who then have no need for it. That's the thing. Like there's you don't need any sort of a game console, right? But that's where the depreciation of value comes in. If you're in a position where you don't need it, there's people who have Xbox who don't need a PlayStation. You know, there's people who have PCs that don't need a PlayStation or don't need an Xbox.
But if you want to play Horizon,
if you want to play, of course, it will require. But the thing at the end of the day,
you want to hear the sad news, Smooth, though? Because like, there's two things in gaming wise. You have a PC, it's best to have a PlayStation, and like, you know, like you don't see any PC players having an Xbox because.
That's what I'm talking about. So why? Tell them why. Just go ahead and tell them why.
As of right now, majority of their games come to PC, but you know, there really isn't like a dire need to get one right now.
No, but just what you just said. I don't have to own. I don't have to invest in an Xbox. We keep
talking about
to play.
Because we're focusing on a group of people who are PC gamers who might own a console on as a backup or some shit like that. We're not talking about the overall gaming market. If that was the case, man, we'd be able to walk into every freaking store and buy a gaming rig.
Well,
Smooth.
Technically,
I guess you don't want to just the reality, Smooth, is that the value of the Xbox just isn't what it used to be before this. The value of an Xbox
is
not what it was.
What it used to be to PC gamers. Matter of fact, the value of the Xbox probably is consistent to all PC gamers because since Xbox and PC been receiving the same games since their existence of the Xbox.
Say it again.
I don't know.
The value
of an Xbox, right, to a PC gamer has remained consistent since the existence of an Xbox.
Negative because I don't that Gears of War player, that Gears of War does not need to be played on his Xbox. He can play it on his PC. Gears of War 1 didn't need to be played on the 360. What are you talking about right now, Smooth?
But back then it was the same thing. Smooth, back then you could play Gears of War on your PC and Halo.
So the amount of PC players hasn't gone up since then. You're saying
so now it didn't matter then, but it matters now.
I'm saying it don't matter to me, period, because I don't game on PC. But I'm telling you what the real is. This shit exists. I'm telling you why people are saying it.
It always existed. It's always been the case.
All right. So, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. This man just told you why. This man just told you why. He don't need no Xbox. But the thing is, you guys saying like this. Oh, guess what? He just told you why he
just got Xbox games, so you no longer needed an Xbox, even though for the past 15, 16 years, that's always been the case.
All right, let's draw this line right here. We're talking about
why are we drawing the line?
Let's talk about right now, right? Because we're talking about
and back then because it was
about the whole Xbox has no game situation. That's right now.
But they do have games.
That's right now.
They do have games.
But what people are saying is that this exclusive situation is not a good situation for them because they don't, like I said, it depreciates the value of having the Xbox because you don't need it to play these games. You need a PlayStation to play Horizon. You need a PlayStation to play Neo. You need a PlayStation to play Last of Us. Like that matters. Like you're saying that like it don't matter. But it
didn't matter in 2007 and 2006.
Exclusives always matter. To be honest with you, I don't know what you're talking about like that.
No, but you guys are talking about it more now that it matters, like as if it didn't matter then, but it wasn't a problem then. But it's only a problem now.
Exclusives. All I'm saying is that the exclusive situation is a problem for y'all. If you can't get the games
I don't understand how it's a problem for me. Like. No, think about it. Why would it be a problem for me? Why is it a problem for consumers? Shouldn't that be a problem for actual Microsoft? Why is it a problem for... Actually, it's not a problem for them either, if you think about it. How is it a problem for consumers?
This really ain't no... You making it like it's real life problems, man.
We're talking about gaming, problem for y'all.
Yeah, it's a gaming problem. You know what I'm talking about, Smooth.
How is it a gaming problem?
I don't want to... I have an Xbox sitting collecting dust. I want to play my Xbox, but there's nothing to play on it.
How's there nothing to play? Is there nothing to play?
Because I can play all these games on my PlayStation. I can play all these games on my PlayStation.
Is there nothing to play on it?
Let me tell you. I'm gonna break it down to you like this. I'm gonna break it down to you like this. I hadn't turned on my Xbox in so long until I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and get and buy Gears and Halo and play these games because I need to play and beat these games. I had that forced me to turn my Xbox on. That forced me to turn my because I wanted to play these games because I wanted to play those games.
All right,
if
so
I
that's your problem.
If I could have played those games, let me finish.
You're choosing not to play the games on your Xbox.
All right, I can't. All right. That's what I'm saying, Stu. I'm telling you what I'm saying, but you won't let me talk. I'm trying to tell you. If I can't play the games on nothing else, then I have to turn on the Xbox to play Halo. I have to turn on the Xbox to play Gears. That's what I'm talking about. You need that. You don't need options to play Gears and Halo. You should want that shit to be on the Xbox, so you have an excuse to turn that on. But
okay, go ahead. Finish.
I'm done, man. I'm done. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. You don't want to get it. Damn, you don't want to get it. I'm telling you clear as day what everybody's talking about.
All right, here's the thing. You said you had to force yourself to play your games on your Xbox, right? You said your Xbox.
No, I ain't saying I had to turn on the Xbox to play Gears. You had to turn on
to play Gears and
Halo.
Okay, right?
Exactly. I had to. That's
but
what
the
I'm
other, saying. You say basically other than those you didn't play them because they didn't have any games. So no game is as if no games came out because that's not the case. There are games for it. You just chose to play those other games that do come out for it on another platform.
Right. Let me break it down. I'm gonna break it down to you simple as this, right? Whatever platform you are preference to, right? Whether you like the Xbox One's controller better, or you like PlayStation's UI better, or you like Xbox's online system better, you have a preference of where you're gonna play your multi-plat games, right? Like just
correct,
yes. Right? But if you have an exclusive game that comes out and you want to play that game, you have to play it on that PlayStation or on that Xbox. That makes that Xbox or that PlayStation that much more special. Am I right? If you can play these games that are exclusive, quote unquote, on different platforms, then it doesn't make your platform that much more special than the other one. That's what I'm getting at. You can't play that game. You have to play these PlayStation exclusives on the PlayStation. Period.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. I understand that, but the thing is, the notion of it not having games is just complete bullshit.
I don't think people are saying it to be literal,
but they are saying it to to be literal.
I'm about to sell that shit. Or
that would be the best.
Why do I need a Scorpio? I all them games.
That would be the best. Here's the thing.
On what you call it? All those games are coming out on PC. Why would I need to buy a Scorpio?
That's what I'm talking about. This is the reason why I got rid of my PlayStation. The times that I did it was like all right. I primarily play my games on Xbox. All the games, third party, I play on Xbox. The Xbox games I play on Xbox. My friends, my accolades. The social network and stuff is all I'm on Xbox. That's my platform.
That's your preference.
So the PlayStation, to me, at the time I was like, well, I'm not buying like Madden and Call of Duty and shit like that on PlayStation. So I kind of it's going to sit. I'm not saying that it doesn't have any. I'm not saying it doesn't have any games. It's just that whatever. I don't need it. I actually don't need it. So what I did was I got rid of it. I didn't need it. Now, you got, I was like, okay, Ratchet and Clank's coming back. Uncharted looks good, and Horizon Zero Dawn looks promising. Maybe, and that's a good amount of games in a good amount of time where I can go get one and be like, okay, I have a good amount of games now to actually where I can be like, all right, I have a PlayStation. I can get my PlayStation and play their exclusives and whatnot, right? But my beef is that even though people are saying that it has no games, it's not about that it doesn't have any games. It's the matter of choosing. And the thing that baffles me the most is the argument is coming from people who who aren't gaming on PC. If you are gaming on PC, I can't speak to you. I don't have a conversation with you because I get it, I understand. Like I said, if it was up to me, if I was like, I can actually ditch my Xbox and play on my PC. But I can't ditch my Xbox because I accumulated so many games on it that just won't appear on my PC. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to rebuy them. So I have more of a reason to stay on my Xbox or upgrade to a Scorpio since my games will follow me there. So that's how I look at it. It's like, and me personally, I don't look at things at one. And this is going to sound crazy. Maybe for me, I guess the reason why I'm not getting why people are losing their shit. Maybe for me, it's not about just the games overall. Because at the end of the day, games check. I got games. I'm going to have games regardless. The games are going to be there, whether they're exclusive or third party. I'm going to have games. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's everything else. And I haven't determined if that's the case yet with me and why. Because I have a PlayStation, I have a PC, a capable one. Obviously a capable one.
I mean, honestly, you're really not a PC. You're not really a person that plays games on PC, correct?
No, I'm not a person that plays games. And every time I play a PC game,
that's fine.
Every time I play games on PC, I use a controller.
That's fine.
I use a controller.
That's totally fine.
That's what I do.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So you got a highly capable PC.
Yeah.
So why do you want to get a Scorpio if the games can play?
I just told you, I have more of a reason to upgrade to a Scorpio because I have a library of games that will follow me.
Basically, what he's saying that some of those games on the console won't be playable on the PC.
They're not playing anywhere. Okay,
like those backward compatible games. Like I guess some of them, like I'll use Red Dead for example. Like that, if he has that, then it makes sense, right?
Okay.
It's not even that. Fucking PC still don't even get fucking Madden or NBA Live or anything like that. Like, think about it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like, come on, you need consoles are, when it comes to gaming, consoles are necessary. People keep talking about PC this, PC that. Yes, PC has a ton of games, but there's a ton of popular games that PC doesn't get. I don't understand how PC doesn't have Destiny. I'm not a Destiny fan. I don't understand how it doesn't have Destiny.
I have that game, and I buried it in my backyard. That's how I feel about it.
Oh, you tripping. That game is lovely.
Remember, I said earlier, I'll say it again, I play MMOs, so I went in that game in the mindset of an MMO. I was disappointed, highly, and now I had to bury it. So that's why I think Destiny 2 is going to be like it's going to be an MMO, more than likely. More than likely. Like it's going to have an MMO, it's going to have a monthly subscription. People are going to be pissed, but people will end up buying it. Because, like, to me, I hate to go to a little tangent or sidetrack, but Destiny 2, with Destiny, they failed with the classes. Like, they had 3 classes, and to me, they all did 3. To me, they basically did the same thing. I looked at it as they needed to have a healer and a tank and, like, a damage dealer. They didn't have those things, and that's what I guess. And maybe that's my fault for going into Destiny expecting those things, and they didn't have it. So that's my experience. That's my little tangent there. So sorry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a lot of things that, like, one, I'm a console gamer. Yes, I have a PC, and there's some games I'll play, and, like, for example, I played, like, when Gears 4 came out, I played on the campaign on PC, played multiplayer on console.
Hey, speaking of that multiplayer, what do you think about that merger? Merging the PC crowd and
it needed to happen only because the PC version was not getting any players.
Okay.
It needed to happen. That was the only way to keep players flowing through is to merge it, because there's nobody. The PC multiplayer games on PC isn't like the big multiplayer games that are on consoles aren't really as popping on PC unless it's like Battlefield and Overwatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of just like fly. It's like it's hot for a week and then it's like it's done.
Yeah.
It's
the truth. I mean, like the thing is, there's so many first-person shooter games on PC is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So the market there is kind of saturated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And the PC market is actually oversaturated with games in general, and I think that's why there's some games that that's why some of our the popular games on consoles aren't as popular on PC, and then there's like so many indie games, and that there's indie games on PC that there's like the majority have never played, never played.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like pick your poison type thing.
Yeah. Babe, can you close the door or something? Can you close the door?
And then there's crickets.
Oh, yo, I didn't see this in the chat, but the PlayStation Now situation, you gonna bring that up?
Oh, yeah.
No, before we get to that, I do want to talk about Nintendo.
Okay.
All right, you guys seen their install sizes, right, of their games?
Like 20. Well, I said the available memory is like 23 something, 23 gigs.
Oh yeah, after the UI and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So pretty much you have to buy a SD card. You have to. It's like it's so obvious that it should have came packaged with the console. They should have just packed it in. But so the Switch should damn near honestly be thinking about all the stuff that you actually need. It's pretty much almost a $500 console.
Actually, I heard it's more than that, bro. Like to get everything, I guess. Like
to get the actual experience. Yeah. I'm probably wrong. I'm likely wrong, but the console is what 32 gigs, right? But obviously you only get 26 or 23 or something like that available to you. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 alone is 32 gigs, which takes whatever you had. Actually, over is too much for what your Switch would have. So you have to by default get an SD card. It's like you have to get one.
And you have to get their SD card too, or you can't just buy some random one. I bet.
No. You can buy a random one. If you get their SD card, they're overpriced by like 50%.
Yeah, so I saw that. Good grief.
So it's that's the thing about Nintendo. The thing about Nintendo is that drives me nuts is that with the Switch, I feel like the Switch has so much potential, but so many setbacks. The console itself, if they're going to be cheap on memory, they should have at least made it 120 gigs. You know what I mean? Make it like a cheap laptop. 120 gigs, all right, whatever. And then, again, I don't know what it is. I just set up, I'll admit, I set up like my online, account for Nintendo. And shit.
Oh, you made your ID?
I made my ID. I got my kids' moves taken, so nobody can take that. I did that and shit. But the thing it feels so bland because there's no numbers, no trophies, or nothing that will be next to it. And that's what, like, I don't know, mentally bugs me about video games. Like, everything gives you Steam. You get achievements. Fucking Uplay gives you achievements. I think EA gives you achievements. Xbox, obviously, achievements. PlayStation trophies. How can Nintendo not offer anything to enhance your gameplay? How do you prove to people, look what I've done on my Switch? How do you do that now? Like,
well, I gotta get kudos to Microsoft to bring the whole achievement system, because if it wasn't for them, nobody would do it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you completely on that when it comes to Nintendo. Personally, I think Nintendo is the Fisher Price of gaming. They make it's just they're not really in it to be targeting like an older demographic, age wise. You know what I'm saying? They're not really in it for that. But as it goes for their pricing of their console to get everything, I guess to get like a starter kit, I guess you want to say, it's like you're saying, it's probably between 500 to maybe even, I heard 700 even. Let's just pick a happy medium and say it's like $600, I guess. To get everything right. Get the Pro Controller, a game, extra, memory space. You gotta buy 64 gig, 100, whatever. You know what I mean? SD card to just have more storage. But I just it makes me think, like, why are they making everything so difficult? You know what I mean? Like just a game. I mean, everything's so expensive. I mean, like the Pro Controller it was $70 or $80? How much is it? It's a 70, right? The Pro Controller.
70.
Yeah, it's $70 just for that. And like a lot of people say that they rather use the Pro Controller because it's more comfortable. I mean, it's more traditional, right? And the Joy-Cons were the $80 for two. Another charging station, it's like a $90. I mean, everything's just so friggin' expensive when it comes to them. and it shouldn't be like that. But everybody says, well, it's just Nintendo, and I really don't agree with them charging for online. They haven't really proved themselves, but even then, I mean, it should be free regardless. But that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I like the whole charging for online. It's like I don't think I'm gonna use it. The only I don't think it's gonna be like worth using. What will Mario Kart 8 and what Splatoon? Nah, unless I'm being recognized with some rewards online, I don't feel the need to pay for their online.
Well, not to mention, I download that app just to talk to people. So. Unless they're going to integrate it into the actual Switch itself.
I don't see why not. I mean, doesn't the Switch have like a headphone jack? Or like a microphone jack?
Well, apparently you can do it though, but like they stated that you got as of right now, they stated you got to download the app in order to chat with people, which is from your phone, which you have your phone plugged in to charge it so it won't die while you're talking to people. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a lot going on. The thing is, I want to be excited for the Switch, but there's a lot of things that I'm not excited about.
Yeah.
I'm excited for new hardware. I want to touch it. I want to play it.
Yeah,
I'm excited for Legend of Zelda and stuff like that. But then again, it's like I think the hype will wear down personally for me very quick. Because I feel like, and it's not like you can sit there and go and stream. The shit that you're doing, because obviously, Nintendo, they take all your money and shit.
Dude, speaking of streaming, I don't know if you know this YouTuber by the lady by the name Miss K. You heard of Miss K before?
I know Miss K.
Her channel got shut down, right?
Why? She was playing Nintendo?
Yup. They took her channel. They took her channel down. It happened like a couple days ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And she, as you know, she does not get into all this stuff that we get into. She just puts gameplay. That's it.
Yeah.
And they just shut her channel down.
And that's the thing. It's like it's not really user friendly, YouTube friendly. Because the first thing people want to do, only thing people us YouTubers going to be able to do when the Switch come out is unbox a bitch. Like we're gonna unbox it, but we can't really show you gameplay. It's like, I'm gonna take a cell phone video of my Switch. Like, look at me play this here, and hopefully they can't do that. I think it's horrible practice, and I wanna support my hobby. I wanna have a Nintendo product after going without one for how long has it been? Has it been 10 years? It's almost 11 years. GameCube was my last one. No, so it's been over. No, because I expired my GameCube in 2005. I traded that in for Xbox 360 pre-order. All right, so yeah, it's been the Switch and the Wii, the Wii and the Wii U wasn't really for me, and I'm hoping like, all right, maybe the Switch can lure me back in, but it's just like, I don't know, man. So I don't know. Might get it, and depending on like how I feel about it within that first 3-week period, I might flip it. Hopefully, make more than what I spent on it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about PlayStation Now. Simi, you brought that up.
Yeah, man. I think that was pretty. Well, if y'all don't know, man, they're discontinuing support on PS3, PS Vita, PlayStation TV. Sony, Bravius, I think
Samsung,
all of them. Yeah, Samsung, all Samsungs, even their own Blu-ray players. And this is starting in April, I believe, April or August, one of the two. And I'm a little confused. Like, so are we looking at a situation where they're doing away with PlayStation Now, or I don't know, man. I honestly think that it was kind of dumb to get rid of it on your own systems, like on your own.
Yeah, I understand third-party shit, but first, it doesn't sound too good because first, you know how they're losing all the TV support for the PlayStation View, and they had to discount that damn PlayStation device like damn near 80%. You know, shortly after launch
PSTV?
and whatnot. Yeah,
hey, I have one.
Oh my god.
I have one.
Yeah, I had one and took that bitch right back to GameStop. G.
I have a PS TV and a Vita. So.
I got a Vita, but that PlayStation TV, they dropped the ball. That shit could have been so much better.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, could have if they, But with the PlayStation Now, I don't understand on why they're. You think about it, it defeats the purpose of the service. You know what I mean? So what's the point of it keeping it on PlayStation 4? It's not needed. Then if you're taking it on the platforms that it actually would benefit on TVs, Blu-ray players, PlayStation 3 and whatnot. I understand I'm taking it off Samsung and whatnot, but like your branded stuff is I don't know if are they re-releasing this thing or re-rolling it out or
I think.
What? I'm sorry.
I personally think this, man. This would be this. They're not going to do this, but if they did, it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
It would if they were to revamp PlayStation Now and just bundle it in with PlayStation Plus. Then that would make all the sense in the world. That way you can be like, okay, everybody subscribe to PlayStation Plus, you get PlayStation Now off rip, and then that $10 increase we got last year starts to make sense. Then all this shit starts to make sense if they do something like that. But I don't think they will.
I think the subscription fee might be $100 total then for both. Is that fair? You think?
I mean, you can get that option, but don't mess with PlayStation Plus as is. I mean, I was thinking rolling it all into one service, like to where PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now are the same service. Like you get PlayStation Now, as a benefit of PlayStation Plus. Like if they did that, then it would make sense because then you got to think they're saving money from taking it off all those platforms. It's not free to put it all those platforms. Exactly. Even your own probably. So it would make sense to me if they were to just bundle it into PlayStation Plus, and then that way, like I said, you can justify, all right, this is why the $10 increase happened last year. This is why we took it off of all those platforms, and then everything starts to make a little bit more sense.
I think they might charge a little bit more if it's bundled together, like $10 more or $20 more. I mean, granted, I said $100 first though, but I think they're gonna charge more. And not to mention, if they do bundle it and they don't increase the price, they can easily just not do the whole monthly free quote free games because why? If they just have that service that has hundreds of games.
Because those games give you new games. PlayStation Plus games sometimes give you brand new games. Like Fury was a game that came day and date on PlayStation Plus.
So, was it free or no? I can't remember.
It was free. Yeah, it was free. Yeah. Like a lot of games come out that sometimes they'll do that when the game will come out on that day of PlayStation Plus. So I don't think they should do all that. But
I don't know. I mean, like the PS Now library is pretty deep. So I mean, I think they add like 3-4 games every month. So
yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, those are more so games that we done played before. PlayStation Now is for shit that for people that ain't get to play those games. Because you gotta remember, a lot of these PlayStation 4 owners never played PlayStation 3. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even care about PlayStation 3. So a lot of those games was for those guys. Like, I mean, but for a lot of us that was playing those exclusives on PS3, like I can give a shit about a lot of those PlayStation Now games. But
I don't know, man. It's kind of a hard bargain because like if they give away these games, well, can we give away? But when they have these games that they release every month for PS Plus, they cost money, and then for them to pick games on the PS Now costs money too. So they're gonna have to do something to break even or make a profit out of it. You know what I mean?
I don't think they need to do nothing more with PlayStation Now because the whole thing with it, gamers, we ain't trying to deal with no type of latency, especially with no games, man. Like if your internet service ain't up to par, you ain't playing PlayStation Now, period. So I mean, you can roll that.
Oh
shit
yeah,
in,
that's true.
You can get that shit for free, but if you can't use the shit, it ain't worth nothing. So
that's true.
I mean, you can keep that, but I mean, at the end of the day,
I had PlayStation Now for like a month. I think when the first
everybody
time
had it. Everybody had
the second
free subscription.
It seemed pretty cool.
No. I paid for it. Like after the subscription, I paid for it. I think it was the second time I had my PlayStation, and I was playing like Ratchet and Clank and I think one of the God of War. I think it was Ascension and whatnot. But it was cool. However, it is lacking, and I feel like the fucked up thing about the whole PlayStation Now is that they didn't really deliver on any of its promises. The pricing was just jacked up. I think they should have had like a base monthly subscription, or annual subscription, to make it easier on people because
they
the
do
whole
have an
rented
annual
title.
Yeah,
they just came with that. That like just came out to where they did.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I thought
it didn't come like at launch.
2 Christmases ago. It's like
The
for
way they
$100.
had it set up. They had it set up. They had like I know the year one wasn't available. You could only do it as, I think, a week, a month, and I think 3 months, I believe.
Yeah, that was the original. They did eventually come with
I remember that
subscription, but it wasn't. That wasn't day and date. That wasn't day one.
And I think if in the PlayStation 2 games and the PlayStation 1 games never appeared.
Nope.
And I think that's what made it like more attractive was because come on, we just came off of PlayStation 3. So I mean, how excited are you to play PlayStation 3 games again? Like, so I think the knowing that the PS2 and PlayStation 1 games are going to make an appearance there have really got the excitement going, and those never really made it. And if you think about it, it just really was a poor man's backwards compatibility.
It really was, and it's a shame that they discounted fucking EA access because of this shit. They didn't take none of that shit serious because they were trying to big up this PlayStation Now shit, and it didn't even take off. So we could have got we could have got EA access. We could have got all that other shit, but
yeah, that shit was fucked up, really.
Yeah, I didn't like how they did that, and then now you go. I don't really, like I said, I don't care about backwards compatibility really too much anyway, especially for games I've already played. Yeah. But I mean, like I said, for it to be a streaming service and then to make that call that people, to just not to compete with your own streaming service was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I'm with you right there, 100%. And the thing is, one thing I'm surprised also now that you bring up EA Access, I am surprised that Ubisoft and who else, 2K and many other big publishers didn't jump in and try to cash in off the whole Access play. Yeah, I'm really shocked that they haven't.
They're probably just checking the waters out and see how EA Access is doing for about for a year or two or maybe more.
Yeah,
it's before they do something, maybe. But Ubisoft, I mean, I think they're trying to rebuild themselves right now. Think about it. Out of the whole Assassin's Creed thing, and they're trying to rebuild it. Aren't they going through some financial issues too? Possibly getting bought out by some other company.
I don't think that the other companies would want to do that shit because you got to think that fucks off like GameStop and all the retailers to do EA Access because you're getting the game early. You get to get the game early, and it's all that digital library. So I don't think that the shit that GameStop and all these big retailers definitely don't like EA doing this shit. So they probably Ubisoft and them and 2K is probably just playing nice with them because it's like, well, shit, you give us. You know how you see those GameStop commercials when they have exclusive deals. You buy it at GameStop and you get this, Watch Dogs, whatever pack or whatever. So they not trying to fuck that over. But I ain't never. Now that I think about it, I don't ever remember EA doing anything special with no retailer. So they probably ain't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're kind of up there.
Who else did? Damn. There was, you know how we were talking about PS Now being bundled with PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
that's what I think Xbox Live should do. I think Xbox Live would have so much more value if they bundled its music and movie streaming service in it.
They have that?
Like
they don't do that already?
It's not included in Xbox Live. That's separate. You pay separate for music streaming and separate. Like I want their movies. I want their movie service. I want their music streaming service and take that online gameplay behind off the paywall. And then I don't care if the Xbox Live raised up to fucking $80 a year if you add like the movie and the music service to it. I wouldn't give a damn. But I think that's what, I want that whole package in one subscription. I think that's what they should do. That's what I've always been saying, but I don't know if they'll ever do it. But I think it would be the smartest because I feel like they can get more they can get more subscriptions on the stuff that isn't doing so well behind Xbox Live. But
I didn't know they had a streaming service for video and audio.
They have it for they have what's it, Groove Music for movies.
Oh, that.
They have Groove Music for and then they have their movie service, which you can stream or buy. And I feel like if they just do it to streaming, Xbox Live, you get like so many, I guess, a month, but it raises the price of Xbox Live. So if they did that, that's what my idea would be. But yeah, they have both options there. It's just separate. You just pay separately for them.
Huh. So I was surprised. Something like that is going to happen. I think eventually. I don't know when, because a lot of people are cutting the cord already. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's kind of it's going to happen. It's going to be inevitable at this point. Sony obviously already jumped into it with PS Vue. Granted, like you guys mentioned before, they lost a big deal with Viacom. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but it's like
fucked everything. I showed cut the cord too. Glad I did.
Well, shit, I haven't had cable in fucking like 7 years or so, and I don't miss it at all. But I have my own little streaming in-home stuff already, so I get the movies and all that stuff I watch. I make sure I put my ski mask on before I get anything. I want nobody looking at me. But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what I mean? Like I said, they might do that eventually. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I mean, you predicted the Super Bowl score, so this could be a prediction as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if that happened, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm about to let you guys go. We've been in here for a little bit. Had a nice chat about Horizon, Halo Wars, Nintendo, and PlayStation. Now, is there any questions in the chat before we hit that log out button? Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we somehow made it work. At least the graphic in the back is decent looking. So,
yeah, I need to get into that Adobe Photoshop. Make my own backgrounds. That's pretty lit. You did this earlier or what?
I did this like right before we went live.
Oh,
I needed a thumbnail quick.
Yeah, I suck at fucking editing shit like that. I need to get better at it.
And then I think K-Simi, that's you still playing, right?
Yeah, man. Oh, that
button smashing, man.
Neo. No, because Chris Cobra. Damn, I can't say Chris Cobra in one sentence. Like, he says, which one of you slapping joysticks around?
Yeah, my bad, dog. I told y'all, man, I was over here on that DL, dog. I'm done for the night, though, man. It's a wrap.
Yeah. Hey, man, all you having fun, man. That's all that matters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to hop on. Wait, Sammy, did you add me on PlayStation yet?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I don't know what I'm gonna do on there next because I've been playing For Honor, so that's what I'm probably about to jump back on. Which I think is also.
Yeah, I was asking you, why you like that game so far, bro?
I like it. Here's the thing. All right, I have a mixed feelings with it. I love Rise of the Rome. I think from what I'm playing now, I'm telling you this right now, I haven't, other than the beta, I haven't jumped into the multiplayer. I've been playing the campaign. I feel like this shit's just like Rise with different button placements. You know what I mean? It's a lot of similarities there. But from what I'm playing, it's really really basic. It's nothing new. Maybe the multiplayer is where the key is, and I'll take a serious look at that. But I want to complete the game first. Before I go in there, but so far, I mean, it's cool to pass time. It's something to play, but it's repetitive.
Oh, word! Like, yeah. I guess a lot of people do the same thing. Because I've seen the video clips where people get low on health, they just run away. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you run away. Yeah, it breaks something, or most times you have a health regenerator that you can use, and people forget that it's there, and all they have to hit is like up or left on the D-pad, and you can get your health back and whatnot. But I mean, it's all right. I mean, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Ubisoft games because I feel like they just go out of their way to have the wonkiest like controls. So like when I'm looking at a game like For Honor, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to fight with the trigger and bumper buttons. Like, no, I want like the face button should be action buttons.
Yeah, the X and O and all that.
Yeah. So I was like, I got used to it. I'm like, all right, once you get used to it, I don't know if you played Rise or not, but it's like
I have.
It's Rise without having the shield, except you're blocking with a sword. Like it's. I don't know. People are gonna disagree with me, but I played Rise more than enough to know I beat the game like 4 times, like for no reason. On like I beat it once on PC and then like 3 times on Xbox.
That's cool. Like I beat Dante's Inferno 7 times. I beat God of War 3 twice. So I like God of War games 1 through 3, the original 3. Ascension, we ain't talking about that. The PSP games, they're good too. But Ascension, we ain't talking about that one. But to me, Dante's Inferno was fucking badass. I would like if EA did another one, but I doubt they are.
Yeah. But yeah, check it out. Cause you primarily game on a PC or
for me?
Yeah.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah, if you could get it on PC, so hopefully it's on cheap on like CD keys. I wouldn't pay full price for it because, like I said,
it's not $60. It's not a $60 game. No.
No, it is. I wouldn't pay $60 for it. It is a $60 game, but like on PC, you generally can find it cheaper. The thing is, graphically, I'm sure the thing looks good. It's going to look awesome on PC. I don't have it on PC, but judging by it looks on consoles, I can only imagine it looks that much better on PC. But the thing is, you have to get the best out of it like around this time since it just came out because it's not going to last and it's primarily based as multiplayer and you'll get through the campaign easily but the multiplayer is going to depend on how long it lasts, how long the community's up for. And on consoles obviously it's going to be there a little bit longer. On PC probably not.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Ubisoft don't have as much good luck on PC though. So sometimes with optimization.
I played the beta ran fine on mine.
The beta ran fine. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I mean, like I just don't know if it's worth the buy. Let me know how that single player is then.
I'm gonna try to finish that probably if I don't do it tonight, probably do it tomorrow.
Word.
But like I said, it's okay. I mean, the story is nothing spectacular. It's like I said. It's to me, it feels like it seems like Rise, but I loved Rise, and I'm not saying I don't like For Honor. I can play. It's like I'll play it because it's cool. I like to look at it. I think it's a game I really like to look at, but it does get old.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, I guess we went on to a little tangent.
Let's get out of here. But we can get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Let's Talk Games podcast. I'll be updating you guys on Twitter on like whichever day will become the new permanent day. For a little while, Sundays work, but now that Walking Dead's back, it doesn't work. And then obviously those football games were a hamper on it too. So I'm either gonna do Monday or Tuesdays. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. But thank you guys once again for tuning in to Let's Talk Games podcast, episode 3. We'll see you guys next week, either Monday or Tuesday. I'll confirm on Twitter. You guys got anything to say before we go?
Nah, I'm good.
Man.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Appreciate it.